obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out, because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Herbert now. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Allen, the man in motion right. Here's Herbert. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger 1st down. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the 1st drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game. It will continue after picking up another 1st there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st. Johnson goes in motion left. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. On is the Chargers punter now. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Moore, the man in motion. On 3rd down, Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet 1st down. Play action. Now Wilson. Rolling to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Moore, the man in motion. On 2nd down, McCaffrey.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Play action. It's Wilson. Steps away. He's going to look deep for Moore. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Elijah Moore with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
A, B, and C.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. He's got Allen. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning. But once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down.
And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down, eluding the pressure right. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks are starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, They've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck...
into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. McCaffrey running up the middle. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5, about the 4. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up the 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Christian McCaffrey with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Running on first down, Eckler.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
And they'll send Williams in motion right. On 2nd and 9, Herbert. Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Moore, the man in motion. The play fake. Here's Wilson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
The Charger drive about to get going. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the Chargers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So what a play there in the final minute of this first half. They get the interception. More importantly, their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, and that one play certainly changes the outlook, doesn't it? I mean, they're looking at going into the locker room. No points on the board. Not playing well defensively. Deflated. And now, things may have changed for them.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards that time. From midfield now, here's Wilson.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. They go play action now. Wilson. Dancing to his left.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4 down territory, even if they don't get it, though. To throw is Wilson. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
They go play action with Wilson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The kick by McManus is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way full steam, and he broke that one up.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Moore, the man in motion. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's McKenzie. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 45-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
52 yards on the ground for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Wilson. Steps away to his left. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. No gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Christian McCaffrey. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Herbert on the move to his left. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Herbert. Flushed out right.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now on 2nd and 13. Herbert complete. It's Johnson. And he's got room. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Herbert off of play action. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's caught, and it's Eckler again.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here we go on 4th. Herbert eluding the pressure right. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Chargers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. In motion comes the tight end left. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. Moore, the man in motion. Here's Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's McKenzie. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down. McCaffrey on the counter, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Moore, the man in motion. Now Wilson. Being chased out left. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame him?
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Charger drive about to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You can have the first one for the second one to even matter.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Got his man. It's Williams. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up second down. Herbert now. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Eccles. And the Jets are going to...
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Count on the rings. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Be hating and talking and talking.